Hello, and thanks for joining us for another weekend session of Stories of Great Christians. Today we're looking at the life of William Borden, whom we have been looking at for quite some time now. We are now in chapter 18 of 24, so about 3/4 of the way now. And it's been an interesting journey, hasn't it? Young William Borden. So sure learned a lot on his trips. And now at school, with friends, and heading particular college groups. Let's take a listen and see what happens in chapter 18.
It's a perfect solution.
Do you think so, William?
Perfect. You've been alone in this big old house too long since Father died.
I haven't been alone, William. The servants have been here.
I know, but still, this house, these memories. No, the only thing to do is to move to New Jersey, to live in Princeton.
It does seem so.
Seems, madam. Nay, 'tis. That's from Hamlet, I think.
Well, it would be nice to be near you.
Mother, if you take a house in Princeton, I could live right there at home and help you manage the affairs. I'm 21 now, and there seems to be an awful lot of financial business to handle with Father's estate.
I'm so worried that it will take time from your seminary studies.
Nonsense. If I didn't learn another thing at Yale, I learned to discipline my time. I promise that my studies will prosper, and so will your health in the East. You'll see.
Well, all right, William, we'll move to Princeton. It will be nice for your younger sister to see more of you, and I will love having you living at home with us.
Well, then let's do it. This fall, all the Bordens shall move to Princeton.
We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 18 of This One Thing I Do, the story of William Borden. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
I'm afraid I'll never be more than an average tennis player.
Well, that would surprise me very much. Since we put in the court in back of the house, you've hardly missed a day.
Physical exercise does profit a little, Mother. And a little is all I seem to be able to get.
Sit down, William. You look tired.
Just temporarily, till I catch my breath.
I'm concerned about you, William.
About me? Huh, what on earth for?
I'm concerned about the pace at which you live. Your days are so full, so many demands.
Oh, you should have seen me at Yale.
You know, somehow I never realized how much you were doing. You know, it's a great deal different when one just reads it in a letter. But look at you, a new trustee of the Moody Bible Institute, board member on so many missions and committees, working on 2 degrees, and that business with the China Inland Mission.
Oh, I never did get a chance to tell you about that meeting the other night, did I, Mother? I met Dr. Frost.
And who is Dr. Frost?
Well, he's the North American director of the mission. I've been corresponding with him for a long time, but I'd never really met him before.
Is he the gentleman who keeps telling you to wait about making a decision as to what field you want to serve in?
He's the one. But I think he's finally convinced that God really has called me to China.
Oh?
It was really very nice, Mother. I was just standing there in a group with him, Mother.
Borden.
Yes, I'm William Borden.
And I'm Dr. Frost.
Oh, I'm happy to meet you at last, sir.
Have you a minute?
More than that.
Let's go over there and sit down.
Fine.
There now. I've been looking forward to meeting you, William.
Thank you, sir. I feel almost as though we know each other. All the correspondence that passed between us.
Yes, I know what you mean. That's precisely why I was interested in actually meeting you.
Have you reconsidered, that is, my application with the mission?
I've told you all along what I felt. You seem to be too young, in years at least, to decide with certainty to which mission field God is calling you.
I don't understand the in years at least part.
Well, your letters do show spiritual maturity beyond your years. That's why I've been interested in meeting and talking with you.
up a little.
Tell me, Mr. Borden, how sure are you that God has called you to China?
I thought I'd been pretty clear about that in my letters. I'm completely sure.
So sure, for instance, that you would consider another mission board working in China?
I've thought of that, yes.
And have you applied to any of them?
No.
But why not?
Well, in thinking it all over, the China in the mission seemed best to me on 3 counts. 1, its interdenominational character. 2, its emphasis on evangelistic work. And 3, because of its position on the personal and premillennial return of Christ. I feel that compromising along those lines, though some might not feel that they're important, could make other compromising that much easier. So I haven't applied to another board.
I'd like to keep an eye on you, William. I'd like to see you working with us in other ways before I'm completely decided.
In other ways?
Well, one of the duties I have to assign soon will be that of a representative for CIM to the Ecumenical Missionary Conference to be held next summer in Edinburgh. I think you may be that person.
That would be wonderful, Dr. Frost.
Well, it will mean that you and I can spend a great deal of time between now and the conference talking over many of the aspects of CIM and its work.
That'll help me in more ways than one.
Oh?
I'll be able to collect a great deal of information for my master's work at Yale.
Yeah? Well, I thought you graduated from Yale last year and are attending Princeton Seminary now.
Well, that's right. But I'm also taking special work toward an MA from Yale. It'll cover a great deal of Arabic. I know I'll be using that, and also broad reading and mission topics and biographies. Professor Beach worked the whole thing out for me, and I have permission to take the examination when I can. What I was thinking of when I said our working together will give me a wealth of information was my thesis.
Which is?
I'll be writing on factors in missionary efficiency.
Oh, well, I'd like to read that myself. I admit a little surprise at all this study of missions and missionaries, William. Most of the missionaries I know feel that they'll have plenty of time to study missions once they get on the field.
I wouldn't think they'd have time.
No, they don't. That's the trouble. Well, this meeting's about to start, so I'd better get to the platform. It's been good talking with you, William.
And you too, Dr. Frost.
Well, I'll be getting in touch with you to arrange a time when we can talk.
So you see, Mother, I think he's changing his mind.
It sounds like it. And it also sounds as though you have just one more thing to clutter up your schedule. William, if you keep on like this, you'll run down before you're 30.
Not as long as God keeps giving me strength and time to exercise it. Well, I've got to get upstairs and to work. I'm supposed to give the message at the student volunteer meeting tonight. I've still got a little more to do on it.
Honestly, William, all this activity just makes my head spin.
Much more serious is the general agnostic atmosphere pervading everything and deadening all convictions, those as to sin and truth included. In line with this, a broad spirit of tolerance is insisted upon, especially in matters of religion, and any and all are branded as narrow who dare to think otherwise. That word narrow is one of Satan's deadliest weapons, it seems to me. For most people would apparently rather be shot than be called narrow. Thus, it is even as Christ predicted. The broad way to destruction is strong, but few are climbing the narrow way that leads unto life.
It just isn't worth our time preaching to empty seats, Borden. People who need the message of Christ are stuffed away in tenements or in offices or on street corners. What we want to do is start new meetings right out there where they are. They can hear.
I think it's one of the best ideas I've heard.
We could use your ideas and help, Borden. If only you weren't going to Scotland.
I've been committed to this missionary conference for a long time, Mr. Sheldon. But the way you've outlined your plan to me sounds fine. maybe I can help some.
Do you know someone who would work with us?
We shouldn't have any trouble finding interested Christians, Mr. Shelton. It's been my experience that once a work of God gets started, you have more help than you know what to do with.
I hope so.
What you may need a little more is money. I'll send you $100 a month for the next year.
100?
I'm sure the steamer is thinking about pulling out. Here, I'll just write you this first check right now to get you started.
Oh, I really didn't expect it.
That whistle sounds pretty impatient. I'll send you the money from Scotland, Mr. Shelton. Right now, take this and get your idea into action. Thanks for letting me in on it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Borden. Hey, this isn't for $100. It's for $200.
If any man would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. The need for daily application of this principle appears in two ways. First, old questions which have been faced and downed, as we thought, will come up again. And secondly, there will arise new problems which were not covered by the original act of consecration. Many who have faced the question of life work and decided for the foreign field illustrate this. It was a tremendous cost they made the decision. Possibly there was the thought that afterwards all would be smooth sailing. But no, the same old problems had to be fought out, and there were new ones to face. The principle of Christ's supremacy could not be lost sight of for a moment. Satan, when defeated, left Christ but for a little season. How much less when he has been ousted from our lives at some conference or on some mountaintop will he despair of finding a foothold when we are on the plane of everyday living again. Obedience, which is the price of power, must not only be absolute, but daily. Are we paying this part of the price? Well, the Lord certainly seems to be blessing your work here in New York, Mr. Shelton.
Yes, the things you predicted came true, Borden.
I don't remember.
Well, you said that once we got started, we'd have more people wanting to help than we'd know what to do with.
Well, from all those other street meetings you've set up, it looks to me as though you've known what to do with them.
The interest has been amazing. Well, we've had bigger crowds out in the parks than most churches right here in the city of New York have on Sunday morning.
When God has something to do, Mr. Shelton, he doesn't usually hide the fact.
As a matter of fact, we've started a school for lay evangelists in the National Bible Institute. It's the only way to do a decent job with this ministry.
I like everything you've told me about the way you're working, Mr. Shelton.
Well, we've certainly appreciated your generous help, Borden. Actually, it's on behalf of the Institute that I'm here in Princeton to see you today.
Oh?
It's been unanimously voted to ask you to join the board of directors.
Well, this is an honor.
I couldn't help overhearing a part of that as I came in.
Oh, Mother, meet Mr. Don Shelton of the National Bible Institute of New York.
How do you do?
Is it the board of directors of the Institute that you're being asked to join?
That's right.
With your second year at Princeton soon to begin and all the many commitments you already have, why, William, how can you even consider it?
I know he's busy, ma'am, but we hope...
It would only involve an occasional trip into New York at the most, and I'm terribly interested in the work you're doing. I must accept and help in any way I can.
Praise God.
Oh, William, responsibility upon responsibility, commitment after commitment. I'm so concerned about you.
And so we conclude Chapter 18 of This One Thing I Do, the story of William Borden. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.
hope you enjoyed that episode, and hope to see you again next week for William Borden. Actually, you'll be in one tomorrow, but then we'll be in, let's see, 20 and 21 next week. 19 is coming right up. Well, may the Lord bless and keep you until next time. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and I hope this series is blessing you.